So welcome everyone, Smith here, and welcome to a fence video. Yes, you've probably seen the description. Minecraft Jurassic Fences. This is designed to help you both for Java, because we're looking at some specific Java stuff, and also we'll convert this world into Bedrock to show you what happens within Bedrock. And also Bedrock, you're on a later version, so you've got some more options. It's always been a difficulty is what size do you have your dinosaur fences, any fences for that matter, going right up to the great big ones over there that we use for Spinosaurus. So what I've done, guys, is I've gone into our flat world. I've pulled some of the builds in. This is a test world, so it's not exactly as I want it, but yeah, I think I might actually make this available at some point very soon. We shall see. I just need to tidy it up a bit. So fences, guys, we've got oh yeah, everybody keeps asking me. We've got the new Chocopic version 8 Ultra shaders on for Java. We're in Java 1.12.2 because of the Reborn mod and MineJurassic, which will show you some of those fences as well. I'm just trying to look. There isn't any Jurassic fences for Bedrock. Someone needs to get going rather than make 20 million different dinosaur packs. Why doesn't someone actually make some fences? I'll go and have a look later, but I haven't seen any in my travels. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this video then. So at the end, guys, we'll be showing some of these. What I've done is ported some of my builds, and I've done it as a test world. I'm going to do it a bit better. I just wanted to see, could I port some of my big builds into a flat world so everybody could have a look at them, but there we go. These are the Jurassic World Evolution builds from my 2015 world. People have also built them in Bedrock, but yeah, there's different versions of those. We got the, just to show you, we've got a fence in front of it. I've kept the fence because it's a big dino that goes in there, that's why it's high up. And we've got the open one, and we've got a glass one there. So fences, guys, we'll start with the little ones. For those of you who've watched my series, 380 episodes and all the builds, I'm trying to work out what to build. I know what I'm going to build, but I need to know what size fences. So I've done this video thinking I've collected all my fences I've ever built, put them into one video and give everybody the clue. I've also added some different ones. So guys, one of the original fences I built was this. And you can see it. This is really, that's a gate and this is a fence. Although this one here went up the hill. You can see why I've moved up one block. So this is the typical fence. Here is one complete fence. It is designed for basically I was using these for the herbivores. So for Triceratops, Stegosaurus and all the rest. This is what I did. It was basic build. I used metal blocks. I used some base blocks, which really this is before these. I would now use these blocks. And you could also expand them. So yeah, I think I would use these now because this was taken from my first world. I think they're much nicer, to say the least. You could actually add steps in as well at the front. So you could, and this is the point about this design, is stairs. You could keep doing. So I'm only going to show you some of the basics. And obviously if you've got a newer version of Minecraft, see what I mean, you could actually just do that if you wanted a wider base. So there's many things you can do with these fences. So what I've done, guys, this was the number 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4, and that's a 5 because I'm going to use it. So that's like the smallest fence I ever made going back to 2015. Since then, guys, I've looked at different versions. So the big problem with Minecraft is most people would like to use these posts, but glass and fence does not meet the post. That's one thing that I can't believe that Minecraft have never fixed, because the point is these are nice thin cobblestone wall posts, so it would be much better. So in the end you probably end up doing something like this and using this post like that, put a base in, and it looks quite nice. And then you could also use a wall along the bottom to put a wall in. I think that looks nicer. You could use steps. There you go, see, so you could use steps. Or, like I've done here, I've used anvils. So, it's what you like, really. Also, guys, because this is like, I've done it only 8 blocks wide, but you could do it this sort of width. So once you get going, you could just do a long fence. You don't have to put posts, probably 12, 14 apart. This, what I've done is put the little wall blocks in here. It's just to make it like the chain link goes together. Those sounds, by the way, people keep asking, it's ambient sounds. It's the best ever mod in any. This is 1.12, but you can get it in 1.16. Ambient sounds is superb. So those are the little fences. Now, if you are in 1.12 and you know MineJurassic and Reborn mod, you've got loads of other options. This is the Reborn mod. So the Reborn mod comes with simple base for metal poles. The metal poles go up, the lights are on top, and you literally put the cable in between. It is so easy, guys, to use. So you get a pole, you get a fence wire, and you get a security base. It is so easy to do. So if you've got 1.12 and you don't intend to go any further, I know it might come to 1.16.5 at some point in the future, but if you just want to play in 1.12 and do dinosaurs, then you could have that option. The other better option, if you're staying in 1.12, is MineJurassic. And you can see here, I've been playing around with the MineJurassic. So MineJurassic offers lots of options of different bases and fence posts and all the rest of it, including a fence gate, which is this one here to drive your car through. So you can put, and it does work, by the way. I forgot how I click it, but it does work. There's a click button somewhere. I must do that again. Yeah, so the gate's open as well once you've set it all up, so it's really good. Also, I found that you can play around. So some of these are designed for a box fence, but look, you can actually make fences out of them. The textures are not exactly right because we're in shaders. Slightly different out of that. So these are the base blocks. You even get a Dilophosaurus pole as well. So thin pole. So this is the better option. This for me is what a bedrock mod, dinosaur mod should have. So I don't understand why someone isn't making this. Maybe they are. If they are, let me know. I will go and test it and review it because we're crying out for it for us people that play dinosaurs in Bedrock. So this is what we need, guys. It's fence posts with lights on top. There you go. Easy peasy with some new rails. So you can see here you've got different base blocks as well to use. You can also, they go both ways, so you can make them go east, west, south, north. Then you've got these. I think, you know, why haven't we had these before? These are just brilliant box side profile to make it a lot better. So you can make various different types of fences with MineJurassic. Bear in mind, guys, that it only works in 1.12.2. Go and check out if they're going to get updated. So for us in Java, we have to stick there. And the first dinosaur mod is going to be converted to 1.16.4 very soon, but that will be the first one. Let's get the date. Let's get that back to morning time. Yeah, you can see now I've got shadows and everything because I've got the full Monty on. Then there's a medium post. You can see there's two types of fences, one with wire cable in it, one without the cable in it. They are really easy to place. It took me about 10 minutes to do this. Then you can play around with it. This is the Dilophosaurus fence, and I've put these, what I was carrying before, the barbed fence on top. And they're so easy to place. Compared with some other blocks, like it's for some reason, it's because it's a block, and I'll show you this, because this is the block, rather than the old doing wire fence. This is so easy to do and it's so easy to break. It is absolutely brilliant. So then you can get into these type fences, which are medium fences, and again they've got these double blocks as well, so when it comes to the profile you can make double fences. You can, as I've done, you can use the blocks in different ways. And then finally, guys, you can start making ultra. Now I would have raised this for a Spinosaurus paddock. I would have made this a lot more. But you can see now where the MineJurassic is going. It is really top quality. It looks a bit different without shaders on, but it still looks damn good with shaders on. And you can play around. Then this is the super high fence. It's like a T-Rex one, but I would like it a bit more sturdy than that. So it's sort of a high fence, but there we go. Maybe it can stop the higher herbivores. So there's that. So that's that. But they won't transfer into Bedrock, guys, when we do the transfer into Bedrock. So next up, let's go and see some Raptor cages. So this is the original Raptor fence that I designed. with basically it's fully electrified fencing and I've used these obviously blocks. Now I will show you, I'll put a different texture pack on to show you what happens, because then once you've done this you could actually put a texture pack on. But the point of this is, guys, to stop the raptors jumping out, and that was the whole point. But you can see the side profile there, and I'll stop a bit because people say, oh, you didn't stop on a particular fence and I didn't see it. So you can freeze frame it and copy it. But it does work. It does look like a raptor fence, and I'll prove it in a minute because I'll go and take you to the raptor paddock. The only thing is, guys, the standard you know, it looks like this, so maybe it's not to your taste, but you can actually mess around with it, and I've done this as an entrance way into one of the paddocks I did. So this is what the raptor fence looks like on a corner, and then finally, guys, so that's a raptor fence there. Nice corner. You have to change the corners and make them appropriate, but it looks quite good. So this was the Achillobeta raptor pen that we have got on Isle of Sauna. So let's get the Velociraptor and let's get the Achillobeta, show you now, because I left it because there was some pigs in here. So let's put an Achillobeta in here. Yeah. And let's see if we can get, that's the male, is it not? Male, female. Let's get the female in here as well. So this is the Reborn mod. So pig is going to be eaten. Yes, there we go. That's why I did that, so you could see that. So it's all a bit of fun. We like Minecraft dinosaurs, but these things jump. So I think the female one now will come and get this, but they do jump. So you can see why you need, hey, I missed it. Go, go, go. Yes, there we go. So superb. It works an absolute treat. The only trouble is with all fences is that they will get out. When you close down Minecraft and open it out, they will escape. But you can see why you need a fence this big, because you saw how high they jumped. So if it was smaller, you wouldn't do it. I've got the, there you go. There's the Raptor cage over there, which I'll show you at the end. Just put in. So then we've got holding pens. So this is off Isle of Sauna as well, my Isle of Sauna map, and I've already put some dinos in. These were the holding pens. So I just wanted to show you some bigger dinos in there. So these are this is the no, it's not. It's a Styro. I can't remember now, guys. I've forgotten it. It's a Styro Styracosaurus. Again from Reborn mod, and you can see that this type of fence is just good enough for holding pen for this size dinosaur. So you don't really need to go super high. Of course, you can copy and paste using World Edit. So I do all my copying and pasting doing World Edit. These are all nice and square, so you could copy and paste out. These are the Baryonyx, again, one of my favourite creatures. Again, the Baryonyx can be kept in this sort of paddock. You wouldn't keep it in here for long because they'd get rather agitated and probably go a bit mad. But there you go. And here's the gate. It doesn't open. I'm gonna. You can make gates open in Bedrock, as we have seen from Justin PH and his world that we demoed previously. But there, that's the sort of thing you can do in Minecraft. Put actual moving gates in Bedrock. So, you know, it's quite nice. I literally, what I've done with this, guys, is to make one pen, or even make only half a pen. Literally, make the fence, put it in, change the corner, and then use MC Edit. I used it in this, but you can use World Edit if you wanted to. And it's just created those lovely pens, some Jurassic pens to keep your dinosaurs and happy. So we'll go now to medium-sized pens. Now, this has probably been my mainstay. When I've gone around my parks to have a look for all the different fences, this is the fence that I tended to use most of the time. And literally, I've sort of copied and pasted them everywhere across my map. So this is the standard for a big. It's probably a proper. It's Baryonyx and bigger. Baryonyx and bigger dinos. I've even used it at the beginning for the Spinosaurus, but it was a bit small for a Spinosaurus. It would have broken through. There's also a mini version here, look. So I've used iron blocks, and I've used obviously the quartz, because I like quartz and I like the iron blocks. So you can sort of make an ultra modern park. So it's quite easy to do. And once you've got it, it's just a case, like here, look, these are all copied and pasted. So 2, 3, 4, and I've got these in, I put these in different files, so I've got them all there. I've even got an 8 there. There's even 8. And then over here, just for show, we've got one that's above water. So this was one that's got water and a bank. So I just cut it out to show you that you need to think about underwater. What do? Do you just leave it as a gap if it's only a small river? Or if it's like this, guys, hey, I like the sound of this. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, so this is from, again, I think this is from the Baryonyx. It's got the water area, but I've put cage or fences below to make sure nothing escapes. And then you can see it coming onto the land there. So that's how you do. And the point is, you then literally, you can either keep it flat like that, or you start building it up the mountainside, and that's why I copy and paste the mountainside. And this one at the back, guys, is slightly bigger. So it's Baryonyx Plus, I call it, where I have put some blocks below and then built it on a base, which is what you can do. If you've got the basic fence, you can always build on the base. All right, okay, so let's get to the big one. The last big fences I did is that Spinosaurus paddock on Isla. So let's have a look at this. So we've got Spinosaurus paddock on Isla Nublar, and this is from that Spinosaurus paddock, and it's over there. So I'll show you again at the end if you people want to stay. So this is the basic Spinosaurus paddock fence. You can see it's quite chunky. We'll look at the side angle. It's quite chunky, whatever blocks you want. So the front, this is the front, because this is buttressing up, so you don't want the Spinosaurus crawling out like it did in Jurassic Park. Really nice design. It took me a while. The idea is build your first design, and then you can work from that, work on it. And it's got like these little butty bits coming out. It looks fancy, doesn't it? And really nice. And then at the back, guys, we've got the electrified fences like this. So the electrification on the inside, so that's the point of it really, sort of the buttressing on the outside, the electrification on the inside. And I've also lit them up. I've put lighting in there because I like to see them at night. They've got you can see it's electrified because it's got the redstone torch. And again, guys, there's a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and then I redesigned it for Isla. So I made a new one because this was my original fence here. And then so that was it here, guys. Here's the corner piece. The corner didn't finish it off though, so I probably would have buttressed that corner. So that's how you do a corner. Then this was the new one. So I went back to Jurassic Park and thought, right, I'm going to make a proper chunky Spinosaurus enclosure here. And I'm going to use something similar again in a new map I'm doing to keep, because you need to keep the Spinosaurus. So Spinosaurus, the biggest Spinosaurus we have at the moment is, if I'm correct, is 8 blocks high. So if 2, 4, 6, 8. It's a bit close, isn't it? I would say probably another. If this is ground level, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 blocks. Yeah. So Spinosaurus, the 10 blocker might be climbed out. Whereas if it's 8 high, and that's 8 high when it walks. In fact, we'll put one in, the one over there after. So that's why I upped the scale to this and made it more like the proper Spinosaurus fence. So that's the original Spinosaurus fence there. That's just a Spinosaurus holding paddock. And here are the proper chunky Spinosaurus paddock here. So then the next problem is, guys, you'll notice all these are square fences. So depending on the size of the paddock, and that's what we're going to start doing in future, I'm going to do some round corners. Some of them will be square, but most fences in most parks, wildlife parks, are all square, aren't they? Because it's easier to build square, and it buttresses up. But what we did with the Spinosaurus paddock, so here is a buttressed, this is from the actual world, Spinosaurus world, and probably, if it was more in a park, I'd add another 2 lights. So I would actually light all the bases up. That's probably what I would do. This is because this was out in by the aviary. So then you get that, and then I had to build this. So this is the curved, And once you start building curves, you have to work out what your curve is. You can go and get an app online. There's an app that does curves, so you can put your base out. The big problem is when you get to here, guys, and here, you've got to think, right, okay, what do I do? At some point in the center of the curve, you have to go opposites. And the problem is with Minecraft is these blocks, if you put too many of these in, it looks too chunky. I probably could have done a bit more with it, but it just goes round, round, and that one there, let me just look at the top thing, see, so it's got buttresses because of the way Minecraft works, it buttress round, and I hand built all this, and then when you come round, you can use MC Edit again to bring in the square fence and do that, so that's it. So here is the Spinosaurus Paddock from Isle of Sauna. I cut it out yesterday. No, you haven't got the dome here with this. I've been practicing trying out because it means that I could actually, what I can do with this now, I can copy and paste this and make this an oval Spinosaurus Paddock. So we could have 4 corners because I can literally copy and paste it and mirror it round. And it looks really, really cool with the Spinosaurus. So let's just put the Spinosaurus in it just to show you how big it was. We'll use this one here. We'll put both male and female in, guys, just to show you how big it is. So let's put male Spinosaurus over here. Okay, so you can see why I raised it up. Let's go with the female one. There we go. So this is the Spinosaurus. So this is that's come out slightly smaller, even though it probably didn't. So let's just put a couple more in, see if we can get some adults. Right, so there we go. So there's the Spinosaurus. So that's not going to get out of that one. It's chunky enough to put it in, but it took quite a bit to build. So remember, always build one fence, whatever width you want it, and then you can use the copying pro. So there's the Spinosaurus. What I could do with this is another thing I could do now. I could do 4. So I could build this as one great big dome, and because we've got high ground over here, we could actually put a fence across. So this is what I'm looking at, guys. I'm looking at some new paddocks because we've got tons of creatures. So just for fun, Gigantosaurus is here. I can't remember whether this is the biggest creature we got. So let's have a look at put a Giga in it. I don't think the Giga is any bigger, but we have to wait and see because we've got a new dinosaur. Right, Giga, the Giga's alright as well. Absolutely fine. Giga's alright here. So last one, guys, T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus. Let's see. Of course, we might get some fighting now, but hey, it's all good fun, guys. The point of the video. Right, so yeah, we are getting some fighting. So everybody loves T-Rex. Not. Let's put T-Rex over here a minute. So that's the male. Let's do the female. No, that's a baby female. Right, okay. So yeah, so you've got plenty. This is good enough for a T-Rex as well. So it's pretty damn good. Yeah, so it's a good fence, isn't it? The Spinosaurus is now killed. So Giga's been killed as well. Spinosaurus is off. They've already escaped. Look how fast they move. I'm not really bothered because this is just a what's the name world. But you can see I could actually put that. I consider that fence doing that. I could actually bring that across now and make it like a 4 paddock. So I'm looking at new paddock builds for you guys to download. So there's a Spinosaurus. What else have we got? What was over here? There was something else over here. I think this is just a different version of... Yeah, this is like a chunky version of a paddock as well here. Oh yeah. So it's up to you what you want to do. That was just another chunky paddock. Yeah, it's something I did, and put just a wall up as well. So, you could, I don't like using walls. The point is, you could actually use walls. You could actually build a paddock. There's no dinosaurs big. That's about the max fence. You don't need any more. This is going over the top. We haven't got dinosaurs that big or vicious. We have in Bedrock, by the way. So I think that's probably it. That's the biggest you can do. So guys, let's just show you some stuff that I'm going to be working on over the next week or so. So what we've done here, guys, is in this world, we've sort of just, I've quickly ported in some builds. So this was the Irex Enclosure, remember, that's done to scale from yeah, that's the final Irex enclosure that I did. That's big enough, you know, but we're copying it, but it wasn't really big enough for the Spinosaurus. Sorry, it wasn't really big enough for the Irex, was it? The Irex would have broken out of it at some point anyway. It just wasn't strong enough. They were trying to repair it when the film was made, so I think it was designed originally for a smaller creature, but Irex was just too much for them. So that's the original hotel I did with Indoraptor. Oh, Indoraptor its map is going to be really fantastic. Indoraptor's been working on the map for absolute tons and tons of time, so it's really good. There's a museum over there. That's just a museum I did for one of the builds. That's in a different episode. So what I want to do is build some fighting arenas for dinos. So this was my original Jurassic World Irex arena, which was as per the original artist material from 2013. So I'm now going to do something with this because it's quite good as a fighting arena. So you can bring in a Tyrannosaurus in here. It's really sturdy. I like it. It's a good design. You can see in it. So you could have a fight between a Spinosaurus and a T-Rex, but how do you get them in there? So battle goes on. As we know, the T-Rex will die. Oh no, T-Rex wins this battle. The battle is done. But so this is about the size, the biggest size of an arena. But you wouldn't have an arena like this. You'd have it completely encapsulated going around. Let's just go around here because you can see you'd completely have a stadium. If you were doing dinosaur battles, you'd have a stadium. And or if you were doing a show, so if people were bringing dinosaurs in, you'd have a stadium that goes all around. So I'm going to work on doing a couple of stadiums as well. You'd have smaller stadiums for smaller dinos, but the trouble is all that millions you've put in there, you wouldn't actually break it that much, would you? Right, let's just have a nip over here, guys. So I just brought some builds in. Remember the Raptor pen here is quite, the Raptor pen was a good size for putting raptors in. We've got the old style Raptor pen, which when you actually compare the size, that's the new Raptor pen and the old Raptor pen. It actually, this old Raptor pen was quite big. So this is from Jurassic Park again, but this Raptor pen had like all this stuff on the top to stop them jumping out, which we know they probably could have jumped out. When you think back to that, how bad that was putting raptors in there, and they spent all that time building this. So Jurassic Park gates, these are different Jurassic Park gates I did. They're even bigger ones I did here, but they're sort of gone a bit weird. The stone's changed, but there we go. So big pull-ins here. So the Spinosaurus paddock, this was the original Spinosaurus paddock that I did. So yeah, of course, in the new one, you could just put the design in. It's easier just to build it up higher and then put blocks in because it's dead easy to put blocks in afterwards. So that was the original Spinosaurus exhibit. I was just playing around whether I could bring stuff in there. This is now, here we are, Isla Sorna, guys. I've even brought the Isla Sorna build into this, so I intend to make it, what I want to do is make it more like dioramas. So I want to include the valley because at the moment I left the mountains out. I think it'd be much nicer to include the valley in it, but I was just playing around with these particular builds because I thought, right, in my new world and stuff I'm building, I might want this sort of building in there to house some creatures or some pens like this. You can see I used the pen that we showed you before here with the blocks down below, so I use it quite often in my builds. But that was like, I just thought, oh, can I bring Isla Sorna into it? And it was quite easy actually. It's not that big a build. If you think Isla Sorna paddock area is that sort of big, and then you've looking at this Spinosaurus area here, you can see some of the builds. So I feel like doing a diorama. So what I want to do is I want to recut these and then put like a wall at the back. So like if that's the front, so on this side, that side and that side, I just want to put some nice brick walls in, so it's like like a mini model. So Smithy's mini models. So this is the T-Rex kingdom again. The biggest problem I got here, guys, is this is on a flat world, so when you bring the T-Rex Kingdom on, you'll see what happens. If I go in here, you won't be able to do anything. So I have to do the dioramas higher up, because we go in here, guys, and oh, flat worlds, that's the problem you get. It cuts it off. So I've got to play around with that anyway. But yeah, so there's the T-Rex, T-Rex Kingdom, and the biggest one I ported in yesterday just for fun, guys. This is this is my original aviary, including mountains from my own world that I created back in 2013. So this is what I mean about having a diorama where I've now included the mountains in. What I just need to do is like build a wall at the side, so you know that's the edge. It just makes it look nicer if people know what a diorama is. Yeah, so this was the original dome. Obviously at the back there we're missing, the station was at the back here, and we're missing some critical things. The river gate's down there, and again it's just about being careful. Let's just come back in here, guys. So this is the original world here. Right, so we haven't got enough time. What I'm going to do now is the next video I will port this world. Oh yeah, that was a weird jungle thing that got put in. I've even done this, but I never finished it. I came back in the other day. This is the famous old JP building on top of the aviary. But like, you know, if I could get these out, this out to you in Bedrock, you'd be able to use some program, or you could just literally have a look at it, put it into whatever you want to do. Put some dinosaurs in here, just to see. Terror. Let's just put. We haven't put a couple in here actually to finish off. Pteranodon, and Mogonperus. Right. Okay. So yeah, I've never put these in here. And this is the advantage of bringing them into more modern worlds. And you could. This will work in 1.6. 2 of those. This is the. Oh, they kill each other. I forgot. That's the only problem, guys. Yeah, that is the only problem. They kill each other, and they've gone in there now to kill the residents. But there you go. Right, so I think that's it. Let me just nip back out here. So this is already 30 minutes long, just on fences and just talking about fences, because we had this bit at the end. So what I will do, guys, is we'll port this back in. Oh, there's my old. I forgot I put that there as well. That's the old, the very old first Irex Paddock I did. I forgot to show you that one. So yeah, so I just need to spend a bit of time. What the first download, what I'll probably do is just do the fences. I think when it gets night, the mist and fog comes in now with these. This is really cool. So at night time, you suddenly get fog in now with the new tech. Look at that! Look at that fog come in with the new stuff. It's really, really good. Oh. Yeah, there we go. So thanks for watching, guys. There we go. That's it today. And this is what was important. I want to make sure it's lit up. So I'm going to do like a football stadium one. We're going to do a round one, a football stadium one. So I need to play around, because when I copy and paste, it's all right copying and pasting the top, because this is all lit up. So whatever I build has got to be lit up at night. I've got to make sure that the access points like stairs and stuff are in there. So. But it depends what it is. So we've got a new world coming, guys. It's going to be designed. The point is, I want to build stuff now which anybody in Java and Bedrock can play dinosaurs and use my fences and use some of my stadiums and builds. So it might be the fact that I have to create a separate world, but I was going to transpose this now into Bedrock to show you in the next video. So next video will be about Bedrock, because we can do some more things with fences. Right, there you go, guys. Thanks very much. See you next time. Bye bye. I love the sounds. Love the sounds. They're great. And the stars. Look at that. Yes. Bye bye.